You're listening to Those Dram Yinzers with your hosts, John and Zach.
All right, and we're back with our next interview. Repeats from last year. We have Terry and Pete, who are part of the street performers. Terry, you are still playing
Rachel
Holcraft,
yep.
And you are returning as
Secretary of Treasury Alexander Hamilton.
I love it.
The non-sexy,
and
non-rapping Hamilton.
Boo.
Boo. Who doesn't write a song a day.
So are you also in charge again of this?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I directed again this year.
Excellent.
It's her
Yes.
sophomore effort.
Sophomore. Yes.
So
Doing a wonderful job.
last year when we had you on, you talked that there's a rotating script.
Mm-hmm.
So what is different this year than what we had last year, what we saw last year?
It's just kind of the continuation of the story.
Okay.
Right now, Jon Holcraft is on the run, and we catch up with him about scene 4.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back in, but he had been in hiding because Marshal David Lennox had broken up a tar and feathering, and so Jon Holcraft ran, and some of the rebels were shot, and a few even killed, so he was just kind of on the run, and things are heating up figuratively and literally.
He's also
The tar is heating up.
He's also hiding behind the pseudonym Tom the Tinker.
Yes.
Writing
Yes.
a lot of editorials, right?
Yeah, he basically, what Tom the Tinker did was he wrote threatening notes to either the excise officers or the distillers that were complying with the tax, and he would basically, threaten them, either, don't pay the tax or quit trying to take the tax. And so he would threaten them with bodily harm or damage of property, houses were burned, that kind of thing. So, yeah, and he was behind that pen name of Tom the Tinker.
And where we are in the Philadelphia side of the story is last year, Secretary Hamilton, Secretary of Treasury Hamilton, and Secretary of State Randolph, they were still getting along, but you could tell that there was a fracture beginning to form in their relationship, and with Randolph sympathizing with the rebels out here. And so this year, Secretary Randolph has become a problem for Secretary Hamilton, and he is trying to figure out how to get him out of his way. And that is his big scheme this year. Every year, Hamilton has a scheme.
An evil plan.
Says you.
Well, spoiler alert, you eventually make
I ice
him,
out. I ice out. The
yeah.
scene we're going to be doing here in about 20 minutes, I ice out Randolph. I figure out a way to embarrass him in front of the country and to also, get him to resign.
Yeah.
But
Not much has changed.
Randolph gets the last laugh.
Yes. Actually, Randolph is the one who defended Aaron Burr at his trial for shooting Alexander Hamilton for the duel. So that was Randolph's beyond the grave. Hamilton had his comeuppance even beyond the grave.
Oh, he did. He wrote a piece called Vindication or something about defending Aaron Burr and why he thought Aaron Burr was justified in killing Alexander Hamilton. So Randolph did have the last laugh, which makes me happy.
I feel like they really need to have a sequel to the Hamilton musical. That's just just Alexander Hamilton and the Whiskey Rebellion.
Yes. That's
Yes. That's all.
I was just going to say that scene didn't make the final cut for the musical. Yeah.
I know. It's mentioned in the musical very briefly.
Okay.
The Whiskey Rebellion.
Yeah.
but
Yes. For real. Yeah.
But
it's just
they
like
need
a
to, like,
little
do, like,
snippet. Yeah.
It's amazing, though. You could take any part of that musical and probably make a whole musical out of
For sure.
one scene. It's like a wonderful overview of his life, but like any life, it was
I would love to
complicated.
see his original like how much did they cut?
Right.
Like how big was it?
Was
that
it
they had
as
to
big
cut
as the biography it was based on?
Yes. Yeah.
Did he turn in a 500-page musical?
And how did he
It's
pick?
rap, guys.
Yeah.
It's rap.
Yeah.
It goes real quick.
Yeah.
It goes real quick. Have you ever heard rap? You can't understand what they're saying. It's fine.
It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
At least my in-laws say they can't understand.
That's what
it.
we brought my she really wanted to go see it. We brought my grandmother when it was in
Aw.
Pittsburgh this last time, and she
Nice.
was just like, I mean, it was nice, They were talking
nice.
too fast for me. Like, she's like, so I don't really know what's going on.
There
know
are
what's
3
going on.
compliments for me as an actor that I dread. That was nice. That was cute.
Oh, cute. That's
That
worse.
was sweet. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
That was really
Wait.
cute.
Okay, that last one, it really depends on how they say it. Like, dude, that was sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
that's true.
works. Or that was sick. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I just got done doing behind the scenes on a show. I was working Sound and Lights, and someone came up afterwards and they go, "That was sweet. That was really sweet."
The last 5 years.
Yeah, and I'm
and
like,
that's not
it's
like
not very sweet.
no.
And I'm going,
No, it's
and you just accept it. But I'm also thinking in my head like, it is okay. So sweet. Okay, can we examine the definition of the? Can we
Yes.
compare definitions here?
Yeah.
Because I'm interpreting that as, those movies on Hallmark at Christmas. Those
Oh,
are sweet. But
Yeah.
not what we're.
No.
but
Going
the serious drama about a relationship falling apart. That's sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
that's your definition of sweet. Okay,
No.
awesome.
Looking more for tension and not comedy in the funny sense, but the other kind of comedy.
Yes, like
Tragedy.
It was engaging. It was So that's funny. Yeah, those are the. That was nice.
Yeah. And she was like, I couldn't understand.
That's
what they were
at least she was. My father-in-law was like, couldn't understand a word they said. Bad impression of him, but he's like,
Yeah.
he loves musicals.
Yeah.
And he's like, couldn't understand a word they said.
I mean, to be fair, I watch all my TV with subtitles.
That's
these days.
absolutely.
That,
So,
yes. Uh-huh.
yes.
Ever since we had Connor. Yeah.
Yes.
Subtitles on.
Oh yeah.
So we talked about the differences between last year and this year. Now, if you keep coming back and directing, I'm sure you've seen. Have you seen like all of the scripts?
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I
is
have.
there any like? Is it just like? Do you follow like? Obviously, you follow the story, so you follow like a rotation. Like it's not like you just bounce around or whatever.
Right.
Is there any particular one like that might be coming up in the next like year or two that you're just like, oh my god, I can't wait to be able to do this scene?
Well, kind of almost the opposite because
Okay.
I haven't. There's one that David Bradford's not in,
What?
and
wow.
I'm like,
What?
we're not going to do that one because he's like
He
he's
is
the
it.
mascot
Yeah.
basically
Oh, yeah.
of the rebellion, and so any ones that don't have him in it, I wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
So we
Or
might.
would find a way to put him.
Or we'll
in.
find
Yeah,
a way
I'll
to
say
put
that-
him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta-
and then I think there's one that Hamilton's not in as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's not as.
That's not
I mean,
as,
people love to hate.
Well, I mean,
you,
when I
but
think of the festival, I mean,
That
even
is a
you said
big time point.
not only the
Yeah.
rebellion, but I mean, even the festival itself.
Right.
Like, when I think of it, like, I mean, I know they got the awesome logo, but I'm just like, nah, just stick, Jason on the front of it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
his picture is everywhere.
Yes, exactly.
On like for the Whiskey Rebellion dinner,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
has
yeah.
a big picture of him up there. He was on the bottles one year. It was-
get him
don't
one
think-
of the big fat head cutout
Yeah.
things.
I don't think they ever even asked him either. I think
That's amazing.
I think he just showed up and he was like, "Oh, my face is up there." Okay.
I think
I probably signed a waiver somewhere.
Yeah, he's
Sign
like,
a
"Oh,
waiver.
okay."
Actors don't read things. So.
No. We probably signed something we didn't know.
Probably what will happen next year, if we continue in the chronology, that'll involve President Washington.
Oh.
And he only comes so far. He doesn't even come to this area. Like, he comes to, I think it's like Beaver County, thereabouts. And he stops, and by this time, the rebels are making insinuations of peace. And Washington, being Washington, is like, okay, that's good enough, work it out. And then he goes back to Philadelphia, and Hamilton's like, can I at least take a few troops into Bassettown and set them straight? And he authorizes it. And that's the infamous incident of him going over there to David Bradford's house and kicking the door in, thinking he's finally going to confront Bradford face to face. And Bradford's gone.
Yeah.
Bradford's hightailed it out of there.
He had
We've
fled.
never dramatized that part.
We should.
The digging in the
We-
door.
Well, kicking the door down,
Yeah.
but also David Bradford fleeing.
Yeah.
We should dramatize
We need
that.
to look at the scripts and see if we can do
Do
that.
like a makeshift door on one of the
Yes.
things and just boom.
Or just move down here a little bit and just be like, hey, can we just like replace
Can we
this door real
break-
quick?
Listen,
Yeah.
we will pay for a new door. Can I just break it down?
Yeah.
It'll be historically accurate when we
That's
replace it.
We'll pay for a new door. One of the scripts is neat. It starts from the end and goes to the beginning. Like
Yes.
we start
Oh.
with the troops coming in,
Yeah.
and that was a neat one. I like that.
There's
and then
also-
it kind of goes back.
There's also desire to turn the scripts into a play. to kind of communicate the whole story instead of having it broken up over
Bits and
several
pieces.
years.
Yeah.
Which we did do a dinner theater that one time
Several
with one
years
of
ago,
it.
yeah.
Right before COVID, actually.
Right, like
wasn't
a month
it?
before.
Yeah, and we did it at a place down in Washington somewhere. It was really fun. It was in conjunction with like Liberty Pole
Yeah.
and who else was
Venue. It was at Venue 54.
something like that.
But
It was fun.
in 2 weeks, they're doing a historical play. It's historical fiction. In 2 weeks, they're doing it at the Washington Courthouse called The Trial of David Bradford. So if you haven't gotten enough David Bradford, he'll be playing David Bradford 2 nights, or 1 night and 1 afternoon performance. I think it's 7 p.m. on Friday. Let's see, today's the 8th?
Yeah.
15th, 20th. So Friday the 21st, and then Saturday the 22nd, I think it's a 2 p.m. matinee. And
It's a great play.
It's a great play, locally written. And they did a reading, once again, before the pandemic. And then he's been wanting to stage it, so he's going to actually stage it, and we're going to actually do it in one of the courtrooms
Nice.
at Washington Courthouse.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really good. I saw it when it was when it was read. It was almost like a reader's theater test
Yes.
type
And
style.
Jason will be playing Bradford.
Yeah,
again,
it
so-
was excellent.
And
And,
it-
he's
the
playing the farmer. Pete's
Yeah,
playing the farmer.
I'm coming to the other side. And the whole
We
construct
knew
is,
we'd win you over.
what if the government had a chance to put David Bradford on trial?
Gotcha. Okay.
What if they actually did arrest him and he didn't get away?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a neat concept. It'll be a great show.
So how many scripts do you guys have for this event?
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah. So I started as director last year, so now we've done 2. But like I said, I'm going to go through them. And Pete here is a writer, a very, very good writer. And so I'm sure he'll be in on the process of trying to figure out how to modify.
that.
Yeah. We had to modify this year's script a bit as well. We have actually too many people in the troupe, which is a great problem to have.
Yeah,
we had too many women, and of course history is written primarily by men, so there's not a lot about women written in history, at least a long time ago. And so we didn't have as many women parts in it because there wasn't really much to say. So we fictionalized a lot of that, but we've added in, we had to add in another female part this year, and the part that we added in was Mary McCammett, and she was a tavern owner of the Yellow Tavern, and that was actually a real person. She was a real person. But in the show this year, we say that her husband died in the Whiskey Rebellion, which her husband did die, but it wasn't from that. It was from rabies.
Oh, well.
They never missed a chance for good
Yeah,
propaganda.
yeah.
Never
So-
waste
Great.
good propaganda. Never
Right.
waste a death on good propaganda.
Yeah.
On bad
So-
propaganda.
So here's a thought I just had. So Liberty Pole, I'm very proud of us. We have not talked about him till
Yeah,
so
well
I'm very
done.
proud of
Good-
us.
good.
I keep
Proud
looking
of
at
you.
the hat.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I am wearing the
Try to
hat,
make us
but
cry.
yeah, no, the opening the new spots next week, and I
Uh-huh.
think it would be fantastic because normally you guys wrap up tar and feathering, everyone heads down
Yeah.
for the
I'll say
toast, and
you
Right.
gave a begrudging toast last
Yes.
year about taxing the whiskey twice because
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yes, that's
Um,
right.
Yeah.
Are
We always
there
have
any
fun.
plans, or am I coming up with a new idea right now of having the troupe show up at the opening?
We should just show.
So, and I would
Like,
love
I think it would be
if you
hilarious to
showed
just
up in
have
costume.
Hamilton walk through the door and like, "Where's my tax?"
Where's my tax money?
You thought you could run.
Or
You
even
thought
better.
you could hide.
Even better, get Jason to sneak in there like early, like and like he's not like super obvious out there, and just like walking, be like, "Where's Bradford?"
Are you hiding Bradford?
And then we just sneak him out through the
And he
production
just
facility.
pops
Oh
up.
yeah.
Oh gosh, oh that'd be fun.
It
We
would
totally
be.
should. Well, Ellen has talked about like even having our troupe
Yeah.
in and doing some things there. We actually are we're part of our theatrical troupe Cloak and Dagger on the air,
Yes.
which we
Yes.
talked about last year. Our group did a it was like a murder mystery dinner theater
Yeah.
at
Wonderful.
Liberty Pole, which
Yeah.
it was great, but the location's really small.
But
so
the new spot-
but the
new
new
spot
spot,
is-
we're like, yeah, that would be, yeah, we'd have a lot of room there.
Yeah, I
Nice.
think if you're already, I think that'd be great.
I would
That'd
miss
be-
that old spot though. It was just.
I know.
Yeah.
It was so.
I hope that eventually they can still keep it open. It's like a
I do
cocktail
too.
lounge, but understandable.
I do
Like
too.
right now,
Yeah.
it's not
It's
feasible.
hard. Yeah. I've had my birthday there. We've went there for my birthday every year for the past like 6 years. I think.
Yeah, it was primarily discussed a little bit last year by
Yeah.
Shayna.
Every-
Shayna
Oh.
was like, asked Terry about
She had
her
a fun-
birthday party.
She had a fun day,
Yeah.
a fun night that night. Yeah. I don't know if she remembers too much.
No,
about
that's
it.
why she had told me to ask
Yeah.
you. That's what.
I am so sorry, but
No, you guys. I was keeping an eye on time so you guys can go
We
do
got to
your
get
thing.
on.
Yeah, places. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for covering
Yeah.
this.
No,
yeah,
Yeah,
this is fun.
we appreciate it. This has been really fun.
Thanks
But
for taking some time to step away. I know you guys have a busy
Yeah.
schedule, but
are you guys going to go to the grand opening for Liberty
that's
Pole?
the plan.
The
Yeah,
grand-
I think
okay.
we're actually.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
What's
you
the
got to
date
find
of
a
it?
sitter
I
next
classified-
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
okay,
that's Saturday.
we'll actually be. I'll be out of town.
Yeah.
You'll be in town, but
Oh.
we'll have to think. We'll have to talk to Ellen and maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe
I
not
don't know.
talk to
I'll
Ellen
say,
and
I think
just
it'd
show.
be funny if he just
I
showed up
think you
randomly.
just show up.
She would
yeah.
get such a kick out of that.
Yeah.
She has the best time with Hamilton.
Yes.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
I might. I'll be in town for a rehearsal, so
yeah.
I'll have to think. What time is their opening?
It's on the 12. I don't remember exactly. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to look, but
I'll have to think.
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta. Well, we'll definitely be doing some
Yeah.
stuff there. I hope.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you
awesome.
very much. And we're back with Miss Shayna Brown, who runs the parade. You ran the parade last year. They must have did a good job because they actually had you come back this year
Yeah,
again.
go figure. Yeah, it gets easier every year.
Yeah.
It was like super efficient and went really, really well, and it's so much fun. We lucked out yet again.
Yeah.
Great weather and great people. So yeah, it's fantastic.
I want to step back for a second, not talk about the thing. So my wife watches PTL every morning almost.
I have no idea what that is.
Pittsburgh Today Live. Anyway.
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh, they're talking about something in Washington," and I come over, and this one was on it, talking about running
The running of the wolves.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, that was a great time.
I ran and got my phone. I was like, "We don't have which just antenna. We don't have like DVR or anything."
Yeah.
So I had to like hurry up, and I was like waiting for them and I had to snap a picture and be like, "Our friend Shayna's on PTL."
Well, it's a funny connection also because today, in the parade, the winner of the Running of the Wolves, who was Bad Company,
Yeah.
with Compassionate Care, they were their sponsors. They got to be Grand Marshal.
Nice.
So we had,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the balloon arch over there and everything. That was on the parade float this morning, along with Bad Company. Oh, look who it is!
What's going on
Miss
here?
Carol D'Angelo, another partner in crime.
Partner in crime. What's happening here? Is she
We're just talking.
started. She
is
just
she
sat
telling
down.
fibs?
Not yet.
Not
yet.
you.
No, not at me.
We're
Not yet.
getting there though.
What did you tell them we're doing?
Oh, I was just telling them about the parade and Bad Company and the Grand Marshal and how it's all connected down
Yeah.
here in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. We all support each other, and every event is fantastic. And this
Yeah.
is obviously amazing. We love Whiskey Rebellion.
Oh,
so
for sure.
That's a good characteristic of Pennsylvania in general. At least this side of Pennsylvania. I can't speak for the Philly side. Is that like each county seems to be like very supportive of everybody inside their own county. We're very tribal over
Yeah.
here.
we are, I like that. Well, we love our history.
Yeah.
And like anytime we can really, capitalize, for lack of better words, on that history.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
then look at all these businesses that are, people are stopping in. Like I said, that balloon arch, Cheerful Balloon, downtown Washington, they did that. We all contribute.
Oh my God! I just noticed it was sheep.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that before.
Yeah.
Can't say I was looking very closely.
No,
at it
I mean, I
before.
knew it was that shop, because we were in the last night for the walk.
Yeah,
yeah,
There
the
was a
whiskey walk.
distillery in the walk, but
Yeah, and again-
I wasn't even like, I didn't pay attention that much until you. Yes. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Was that your idea?
And more of it was Melissa and Todd from Compassionate Care, but more of a connection. That shop is Ross Farms, and Drew is the one that provides the sheep, so that's why they put it outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean
That's
it's
great.
just like
Yeah.
7 degrees here in
Yeah.
Washington, and Carol has her hand in all of it.
Yeah, I do.
She really does.
What degree am I? I think I'm
You're first degree.
Yeah, I am
You're
first. I'm like
100%
I'm like a
degree.
first degree burn most days.
And what Carol wants, Carol gets. Like
Yeah.
if she wants an
I'm really
event,
pushy.
it's like, okay, all right. So we're doing the first Friday, August 4th. It'll be fantastic. We're promoting Pony League World Series. That's coming up
Yeah.
second week in August, and that's a huge deal. So we're going to really promote the
The 200, the fair. She
fair.
just got some kind of accent. The fair.
Washington
The
County
225th anniversty of the fair.
Green Gus will be
I
making
didn't
an
know. Yeah, Green
appearance.
Gus. What's going? Okay,
don't
all of
know.
a sudden she got an
I don't
accent.
know. Must be the whiskey and the Southern coming out.
It could be. I like it.
Well, what's your Carol? What's your title? Like,
Well,
thing.
Go ahead. You want to tell them what my title
I don't
is?
know what your
I thought you were going to say Chief
yeah.
Shenanigan Officer. I have a sticker on my computer.
Carol
I am the
Pia.
Director of Advertising and Events for the Observer Reporter.
Okay.
And so we do quite a few things together. We do all of the First Friday series. We do the Holiday Market together.
Yeah. We just keep adding to it, actually.
Yeah, now we're doing the Whiskey Rebellion. We are, as a newspaper, obviously the sponsor of everything that happens in Washington County. But to me, this is how I feel. The fabric of every town is in your downtown, right? Mm-hmm. So if our downtown is successful, we as a community are successful. And
the
Shayna
Observer
is
Reporter is
passionate.
the voice.
Yeah, we are. I mean, and so is WJPA. We try to do everything
Yeah.
as one unit, and I think it shows. You know, we're all very proud of what we're doing, and we're passionate about it, and we support each other. So it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. That's really important to all of us. And I also like to make a lot of noise. He had to turn my microphone down. I already saw him. I saw it. I know. I was going to tell you as I was walking up, look out. Because this is turned down for me, too. So I was like, yeah. But so that's... So we've always worked with the downtown, obviously, as the paper. But Shayna and I are kindred spirits. I don't know. We're definitely sisters from another mister. We fight. Like, we might fight on this podcast. I'm looking forward to that.
I can take her.
She's tricks.
She just tricks.
Yeah, just as an FYI. So, yeah. So what else are we doing?
About the art crawl in
Yeah.
October. That's a big
I just
deal.
learned about that.
Yeah, well, and see, this is how it happens. We just plan it, and then I tell her what she's doing, and then she tells me what I'm doing, and it works.
Yeah.
We do pop-up markets. So she also has Vintage Grace Boutique, and they come in for a lot of like Small Business Saturday. They're here today, but you know, like it's just fantastic.
Well,
it's
and if
local,
and this is what we feel exactly. If I don't know the answer, she might know the answer. If we don't know the answer, you might know the answer. But we're going to find the people that know,
Right.
and we're really, all we care about is working together and making our community better. That's the bottom line.
So how long have you been in that position with the Observer?
I've been in this position for 8 years. Before that, everyone jokes I was in mall management for 20. So I like retail, I like collaboration, I like all that stuff. But and for me, nothing works unless we're working together. So yeah, but it's really interesting because as a local media outlet, people will say print's dead. Print's no, it's not. It's actually not in our market. It's not in Pennsylvania. And we've got a whole digital arm, and we do events. We also do the Corks and Kegs Festival. We do the Greater Pittsburgh Food Truck Festival. So we branched out years ago. That's why I came on board. But
they have
still,
Reimagine Main Street,
Yeah,
which again,
digital.
another connection. They do all of our marketing for our events, and
that's
they
right,
they were amazing with that. And WJPA, talking about local and the voice, WJPA. Every time I go on with Pete, I get messages and calls like instantly. Everybody
Right.
listens to it. It's just like the best thing ever. So we're just incredibly fortunate here in Washington to have not just the OR but also WJPA.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think so. 10th anniversary of the Rebellion Fest, they had the blending event. We did we actually went and recorded like the entire like the ceremonial blending, and we had all the microphones all around. And I think it was WJPA that one of them.
Probably
I'm
was.
sure it was.
And I did
yeah.
like a recorder interview
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
a show
Yeah.
later.
I can't say I remember. I
No,
listened-
you weren't. No, we didn't know you then. Yeah.
No, but I definitely listened. I listened to the episode though.
Oh, this was like he took me outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took me and asked me like, I'll never forget. It was like, so explain the podcast to someone that doesn't understand it. I'm like, oh god, okay. Pre-recorded radio show that you can listen to anytime.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Really,
That's
it's
okay.
a
Elevator
perfect
pitch.
explanation for
That's
it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing that we do, if you take a look your right, the lady over there that's holding that magazine, sitting over there, see
Yes.
her? We created that for them. So that's the other thing we do. We created the magazine for the Whiskey Rebellion Festival.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
we make sure
All
we're
interconnected.
Yeah, we make
It
sure
is
we're
so
in it.
interconnected.
We're doing the Fair Anniversary magazine with them. So it's all about the give back, and it's very. I came here in 1998 when the mall went through a renovation, Washington Crown Center, and it took me a minute for people to let me in because they were like, "Who's this chick from West Virginia?" And I'm not married to my cousin. I'm wearing my shoes. Have my teeth. Have my teeth. But because they didn't know me, they didn't trust me yet. And then after a while, they let me in, and now no one remembers that I'm from West Virginia. But
I even don't. I
No.
really don't. I always think your hometown.
well, because I am now. I've lived here longer than I haven't. But since 1998, to me, it was really impressive what this community was about because they definitely care so passionately about it. And if you think about all the things that this county does, just in Washington. I mean, within Washington County, McDonald and the Mon Valley. That all makes up Washington County. It's a lot. So, but downtown has never been the same since downtown Shana Brown. That's all I have to say.
Well, I mean, you're right. Like if you can say if the downtown's successful,
Yep.
The city,
Fabric.
Trickles.
and you can't make a downtown successful if the places in downtown don't believe in it and don't want to contribute to it as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know where all do you guys travel to do your podcast? All over?
All over, like Western PA specifically. Yeah.
You look at me. I've only been to this thing.
No,
with
I
you
know.
guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't been to the other ones yet. We do a couple events a year. We obviously come to this one. We do the Pittsburgh Whiskey Festival in town because we're from Pittsburgh, so
Right.
we'll do that one.
I wouldn't say I'm from Pittsburgh. I live in Pittsburgh.
You live in Pittsburgh.
Where
The
are you from?
podcast is from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not from Pittsburgh either.
I was like,
You're
none of us
Yeah.
are from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm from Crawford County,
Oh, okay.
so like Meadville, Cochran area. You're from
Lawrence County.
Lawrence County,
Yeah,
Elwood City.
But I mean, it's different here. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh, the southwestern PA, the
It
whole
is.
cluster, it's
Yeah.
different. I mean, it goes back to the steel mill mentality, and
It goes back to the rebellion
You go-
mentality.
for sure.
Like,
Oh, God,
we're not,
yeah.
We're like go against the flow, and that's
Yeah.
okay. We really do.
Yeah.
I like. It was funny, and going back to the events too. Like the best, worst, whatever criticism we got today was, "You guys are doing so many events, we can't keep up with them." And I'm like, "That's amazing! Like, thank you. That's
And
fantastic."
that's a bad thing?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like our schedule for
Yeah.
the downtown, it's really become jam packed, which is fantastic because the people come in, and then that brings the businesses as well. So,
Well,
we're
and
getting there.
the great thing is, and it's very unique. I'm an old lady. I've worked in a lot of different municipalities and counties. If Shana or I get an idea,
Look out.
that's it.
That's it. No,
I
it's
mean,
like
we've
done.
never said
It's
no.
done.
Like,
Yeah.
why don't we do this? Oh, okay, wait, when? Okay, wait, okay, and that's it. And then all of a sudden, it just morphs into a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love nothing more than to see people walking across the street and walking down the street.
Yeah.
It's like it's bustling, and
Yes.
that's what it's all about.
It was
Yeah.
bustling last night. It's bustling today.
Oh, my gosh,
It
there's
doesn't
so many
matter who
people
does
around.
it. Like it doesn't matter how it gets done.
Yeah,
it's
right.
like we're all doing it
Tra-
together, and let's celebrate
Tracy
it.
said 270 tickets last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
All I heard was that they were when we talked to her, they were almost sold out, and they probably were sold out by the end of the night.
Yeah, she said they couldn't do more than 300. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and it
Amazing.
was just great because the evening with the music, the everything,
Yeah.
and what I thought was really cool about it, I didn't know a lot of people, and we know everyone.
Yes, that's true. I noticed that as well. And today also.
Yeah.
I mean, you see your people and people but a lot of them are stopping and like, okay, where's the Bradford House? And I'm like, oh, let me tell you, you're from out of town. Like
Right.
that's awesome because it does attract people from all over. It's not just local.
Oh, yeah,
It's getting
for sure.
that. It has that traction. Which
I mean,
is
when we
fantastic.
started when Zach and I started this podcast a while ago, we had never heard of anything in the local area, whether it was Washington or just in general, like the whiskey tied to the Western PA section. We just started because we were just like, oh, this will be fun. And then all of this just fell into our lap. We got invited to the blending ceremony at Liberty Pole.
Aw.
And then that led into, okay, well, we're going to get you in contact with Tripp. And Tripp's going to get you a table up there. And, Zach and I are looking at each other going, what's going on? Like, what, what
You
did
fell
we
into
just
success.
what did we just walk into?
Yeah.
And, we love coming here, every year.
I
In
think
fact, Tracy reached out to me. She's like, you're still coming, right? And I was like, that makes me smile because normally I have to remind people, hey, don't forget about us.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, I think we should invite
great.
them to Corks and Kegs.
We should invite you to all. We'll just send you our event
fine.
schedule.
Yeah. That's
How's
fine.
that?
I think it's a
I
great
think it's
idea.
perfect.
We
Carol
can
and I can talk all day.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't give me a microphone. Forget about it. I mean, who all did you interview today?
So we had Patrick from West
West
Overton.
Overton.
Oh yeah.
We have him here to talk about the whiskey smash that comes up.
Nice.
And then we had Mike Robinson and Denise
Yep.
to talk about the Bradford Museum and everything. And then Terry and Pete came over
Terry.
Yeah, Terry
Nice.
and Pete came last year. We interviewed them last year, so we definitely want to get because they're just hilarious.
Were they in
And-
They
character or were they?
No, they were
No.
Terry and Pete.
Okay, because
Okay.
I mean, did
Well-
they morph in and out?
No,
Oh,
they-
Pete did.
Pete
the-
does his
his ending. Yeah, like
We'll do the
it-
outro with you guys again, but he does his outro as a begrudging Alexander Hamilton, and it's just
That's
fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Pete's amazing.
And then we had one of the Dave, one of the docents, come sit down.
Nice.
And
Talk about
so.
David Bradford.
And then you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Terry and Pete do a lot for us around downtown, acting wise, throughout the year.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
they're
yeah.
they're another
Yeah.
infiltrated.
I mean, right? Like, I don't
We
even
are.
know.
It's all interconnected.
Yeah.
For sure it is.
I love it.
Yeah, so are we in character or out of character? What character are we playing right now?
We're playing tired people that have done a
Worked too
parade.
much.
Listen, I don't know about you, but I think I smell. I don't know what you guys, I don't know what's going on with you two, but I feel like I'm humming.
I went home after the parade and took a shower, so I think I'm
cheated.
good.
That's
I did
baloney.
cheat. I did cheat. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why I texted Tracy. I was
Come
like,
on.
"Is Shayna still here?" She's like, "She'll be back." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, better." It's like if
She
she walked
should.
away
She
without
went to get
coming
a
down.
shower.
If she walked away without coming and talking to us, I'm going to be so mad.
No.
Oh no, I'm back. Went home. Oh, that parade! It was great though.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it really was.
Yeah.
Like it's just so easy. And the people that are in the Whiskey Rebellion parade, they're easy.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
line up.
yeah.
They know the drill. They're
We
good
actually,
to go.
I mean, we were still. I was getting some stuff ready, but we couldn't set up till after the break,
Yeah,
obviously.
yes.
So we got to pretty much enjoy it a little bit more than we have in the past.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
It's a
normally I'm
great
like
parade.
we're doing mic checks and all that, but we were just kind of sitting and talking. We were just kind of watching it go, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
perfect.
it was fun just to like see the old stuff. I thought we did make a comment about how someone saw a car that was like from the 90s and had classic plates on it. It's like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
hurts
was
a
the
little.
Mustang.
Yeah, that
it was
hurt-
the
that
white
hurts a
Mustang.
little.
I wept.
Yeah.
I wept. I was like,
Yeah.
really, this
We're at
this.
that point.
It's the same as when you hear a song that you grew up with
And it's now an
on
oldie.
WJPA. I'm like, no, that
Yeah, it's
means
hard.
no,
Yeah,
man.
That's not allowed. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
that's me with
okay.
DVE. When I hear like some of the songs like we grew up with, I'm like,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, here we go, right?
Yeah.
We're old ladies.
My kids always point out to me that we were born in different millennia.
Oh.
I saw a video one time.
Yeah.
It was a teacher, and they were talking about like interactions with students, and they said something, and the student was like, "Well, you were born in the 1900s," and he
Ooh.
went, "I don't like you right now."
Exactly. What do you say?
Oh
to,
my
like, they're
god,
right.
that's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, my kids say it to me all the time.
I'm not touching
I
that.
know.
I'm not
I know.
touching that.
My
with
kids
a
are
10.
obsessed with her.
I'm not
so
touching
she's
that with a
not
10.
gonna
I'm not
ruin-
saying
she's not
anything.
gonna ruin that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just, I don't know what character I'm playing for that, but anyway. So what else can we tell them? What else? What other tricks do we have up our sleeve?
So is that how? Because we originally started this tangent with talking about you being on PTL. Is that how Running of the Wolves started? Is you
It
two
was
kind
her.
of looked at each other and went,
that wasn't me. I just did what she said.
Yeah, and that thing snowballed. That was Clay Kilgore had this they had this idea, and my predecessor got together, had this idea, and then when I started, I thought it was like some kind of hazing thing where he was like, "Hey Shayna, wouldn't it be cool if someday we could run sheep down the street?" Like totally thinking that I'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're crazy," but I was like, "That would be amazing."
No,
like
it's
it took me like 0.2 seconds to think like. Yeah, let's do it. And he's like, really? And I'm like, and he's like, just go with it. Go with it. And we did. And it took 2 years to plan. And we did a fundraising dinner. And it could not have gone better.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so well
was
attended. The day
hilarious.
was perfect. The sheep were like,
It was hilarious.
It was a riot. It was
Yeah.
just fun. It was fun. I mean, like, what can you say about sheep? There was no like objective. There
No.
was no drama. It was just
There
people
was
coming
such
and watching sheep.
competition. I mean, the teams.
Yes. And it was all the local businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got first dibs.
"Yeah," because I think Liberty Pole had like a sign or something
Yeah.
up
They
one
did.
time there.
They
like,
lost.
They did.
I
They
just wanna
did.
say they're
sheep-faced. Sheep-faced. That was
I don't
That's it,
want to
yes.
brag. I'm going to brag. You
Go
let
ahead,
me on
say it,
here.
just say it.
Carol D'Angelo.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And Care Wool made it to the finals.
I mean,
With-
you would have
with
thought
Chico
I gave birth.
Barcello.
Yeah, with Chico, you would have thought I gave birth to this sheep. The way I was crazed, I was
Yeah.
like, "Come on!"
Everybody was so into it.
We had
John
shirts.
Timney, he came with a sheep head on.
That
like a
was
Oh, geez.
It was a little creepy,
Wow.
but I mean, he was in.
It was
in
a skosh on the creepy side. I'm glad you said it. I had a
He was-
nightmare.
no, he
Do you
was
think?
dedicated.
I had a
Do you
nightmare for a
think
couple weeks.
that? I mean, other than the fact that, like you said, the town is just all in on anything that's happening here. Do you think having like the Meadows and like everybody kind of already like into like racing in general, kind of like
Oh, I
also
didn't know
hyped
that.
up the
Yeah,
fact
we
that
had
could
Roger
be.
Houston here. He
Who's
was
that?
the announcer for the Meadows.
Oh,
for
is it?
forever.
Oh, okay.
He came and he announced the races.
Oh, my
so
God.
that was amazing. So yeah, I think that's definitely a tie as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, on that vein, the Meadows is the sponsor of our First Friday series because they also recognize that if they have a presence in supporting the downtown, it shows that they support the downtown, and we get to promote what they're doing there. So there are very few towns that do that. Very few communities that are willing to work together like that. But that's a good point. Maybe that is why.
Yeah, I never thought
What are
about
you
that.
going to do next year? How much
it's
bigger are you going to...
Bigger. We're thinking
It's
like
tricky, man.
Stages and bleachers and like big screens. We're doing it on Derby Day. Like we didn't know this, but this year it fell on the Kentucky Derby, and we're like, well, we're doing that forever, like in perpetuity. Like this is amazing.
Have to.
And we're just gonna play on the whole Derby thing and like keep it classy and do the fascinators and the mint juleps.
Oh, so, yes, it's like there better be some juleps involved.
Yeah,
then.
Right?
I mean, absolutely.
Or some like sheep theme, like
Right?
Sheep themed or Pennsylvania rye themed.
Yeah.
And you can't be putting bourbon in it. It's got to be rye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll get with Liberty Pool.
There you go.
Maybe Ellen will see this and she'll be talked into doing something
man.
special.
You put a new cocktail idea in her ear, and she's like you too. She'll run with it.
yeah,
Oh,
for
That's
sure.
all, that's
She'll
all
have
I can
6
say.
different variations of it before next year.
Isn't that the
Absolutely.
truth? Yeah, and that's the
That's
truth.
genius.
Yeah.
And then we've
I
got the
love
holiday
it.
market in the winter, and we've got some tricks up our sleeve for that. And that's also along with the Christmas parade. It's just a lot. It's a lot of really cool stuff.
I mean, really, it is. Like, just me alone, with the exception of January, because we have downtime, and April, because we're getting ready for Running of the Wolves. Every single month, we have something. We have a big event.
So next month is Corks and Barrels.
Corks and Kegs
Kegs.
at the Meadows Casino, Hollywood
And then
Casino at the
also
Meadows.
The first Friday here, featuring Pony League, the Washington County Fair, the city, and who else?
Band,
So-
kids
Bands,
area.
everything.
That's August 4th.
What is the Pony League?
Oh, good question.
Oh, Pony League World
I have no idea.
Series.
So
okay.
I need to be told.
Okay.
That's
There's
a good question.
baseball teams from like around the world. There's one from Germany,
The world.
Japan.
Yeah.
They come here and they play at Washington Park, and it's World Series, the Pony League World Series. That's an age bracket in that league.
Okay.
They come here and they actually play.
Yeah,
in the
because
World
Pony
Series
League
game.
is what age range again?
And so what's the age range? That's the question.
13. Oh boy, I should know this.
Because it's above Little League. Like, Little League and then
It's
Pony
above
League.
it, so I'm thinking, is
Well,
it
Pony
like
League World
12 to
The Pony
14?
Princesses, you have to be like 12 to 15 or 12 to 14.
Maybe it could be 15,
So
yeah.
I'm thinking it's the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
so
is so
it's-
crazy that the Little League, because Little League is out in
Yeah, it's also in PA, right?
out towards
I have no idea.
Altoona.
Yes. You're
Altoona.
right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Pony League is right here. Like I
Yeah.
think that's hilarious. We're both in the same state.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
When I was at the
Yeah.
mall, we had to meet the Pony League team. I don't know if I told you that. So,
No.
like for back to school time when I was at the mall, we always had a back to school event and we always had meet the Pony League team. So it's come full circle for me. Like this
Oh
is
my gosh!
mhm.
And this event, like, it was another one of those things that I was meeting with Pony League and like, hey, how can we get you guys to come downtown? How can we do this? And then Carol's like, hey, we want to do another First Friday, and I'm like, hey, that's amazing. Let's just combine events.
That's exactly
and
how
that's
it
how it
happens.
happens. And then
There you
it
go.
just goes from there. And all of a sudden, I am like. This is probably one of the most exciting events.
I feel
of
like-
the
I feel
year.
like,
I'm so excited because it's new.
because
Oh,
to
yeah.
morph the fair, which is part of our county fabric, and the Pony League that's been here forever and ever, into our downtown together is unheard of. Like if we would have tried this, and planned it out, it probably wouldn't have happened. It just happened organically and
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of what it is when you put positive energy out into the
Yes.
atmosphere.
For sure.
That's what we're just trying to do.
My,
I really feel that.
my hometown has been trying for, like my generation that people that still live in my hometown.
Yeah.
They've been trying to there's an Elwood City revitalization committee, and they've been trying to do more. They do they'll shut the streets. They'll shut them down like this and do craft fairs. They're
Sure,
trying
sure.
really hard, and I think they
And,
just,
and even
Yeah.
the whiskey walk that you guys did. With
we
them.
had a whiskey walk up there. Yeah,
see,
very
that's
similar
great.
to this
Yeah,
one.
great.
Yeah.
See, my hometown can't do that because we're a dry town.
True.
So,
Yeah.
Oh.
I
We have
honestly, when I always wanted to do something in my hometown,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just didn't think the want was even
Yeah,
there, the interest
right.
was even there, and then the Mason Lodge in town was doing it. Was the first year they did it. It was a fundraiser for themselves, and I contacted the guy running, and I was like, hey. Told him who we were. Told him I literally was from there. He's like, all right. So we jumped in with them, and we had, one had to drop out the night before. 13
yeah.
distilleries, wineries.
Wow,
that's
so
great.
Each partnered with a business, just like you guys
That's
did
fantastic.
here. Yeah, so they did
probably
really well
stole
for
your
their
idea.
first year.
That's okay.
Yeah,
We don't mind.
You know what? We really
Probably.
don't.
We don't
really
mind.
don't.
We don't mind. That kind of theft we like.
Because
We all-
when he originally told me, I was like, "Oh, are you doing this and this and this? And is it like how you're doing this?" And he's like, "Yeah." What? And I listed everything how you
Right.
guys do it. Oh,
Why
are you
reinvent
doing
the wheel?
Yeah, I said, "Oh, well," and he's like, "Yeah." And then everybody, we're gonna have people going around and picking up bottles, so there can be numbers, so they can, people don't have to carry the bottles everywhere. And I was
Oh,
like,
great.
you okay.
No, it's
'Cause
smart.
if they didn't have
Yeah.
ideas from
Yeah,
here, I was gonna be like,
absolutely.
"Hey, so there's this one in Washington that
Right,
I really
right.
like, and here's something they do that you didn't do," and they did it. They
Yeah.
literally,
They-
like,
No, that's
they might
a
as well took your
success for the
playbook.
region then.
Yeah.
You know, like whenever you see a region thrive, it's not just about one city or another city.
Yeah.
Like if you are all doing these events
Right.
and you're all
Right.
thriving, that's what it's about.
And I think they ended up they had 170 pre-sold tickets. I think
Wow.
they ended up
That's
getting 200.
fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
well, I mean,
amazing.
we had a conversation early at our booth for our store. A gal that I used to work with at the mall came in from Columbus, and she had lived here for years and moved back home with her to be with her family. But the point was, she was talking about how small communities like this one are the fabric of the community. And if we continue to grow and thrive, and if we have an idea and you take it to your hometown and you take it to your hometown, even though it's dry, we do other
Yeah.
fun stuff, right?
Good fun
There's a
stuff.
lot of kids-friendly stuff that we do. You might want to take that to your hometown.
There we go.
But the more we focus on the center and the core of what is happening in our country, it just starts here, right? And if others can do what you just did and take the idea and we continue it through our state, and another state who's neighboring says, well, look what they're doing, let's do something similar. It's not competition, it's collaboration, and it's going to resonate within our whole country if we get back to that core,
back
and
to the downtowns,
yeah,
and support
Yeah.
local.
Yeah.
the fabric. I
And
keep saying it.
I think the secret is to find that weird, quirky thing that your town
Everybody
has.
gets into,
Like
yeah.
we didn't just run sheep for no reason. Like Washington was the #1 exporter of wool.
Yes.
Right.
In the 1800s, like there was a reason, and we were the only ones that can say that. And so it's like, okay, well, let's play on that. Same thing with the whiskey. Like we have such a history here with the whiskey, obviously. So that would be
Well, you
find your thing.
you were smart. Yes, I was going to say you tapped into the Whiskey Rebellion has been here, but you tapped into a seedling of an idea about the sheep and the wool and all of that. Every state, every little
every
city's
city
got
has
something,
that, yeah.
right?
Something.
We
Yep.
just did a Founding Day Festival in Uniontown because the anniversary, the birthday of Uniontown is on the 4th of July. It's something like that, right? Like there's little things, and that's the part
ducks in
that's the
Mon Valley.
coolest,
Didn't they
right?
just do a ducky race in
yes,
the
I think it's
Aquatorium?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Next weekend, I
Yeah,
think.
Nick Sherman was telling me about
But
that.
here's the other thing that Shayna did. Every community across the country has the ability to do Small Business Saturday, right? Like my whole world was retail for 20 years. Small Business Saturday is called that for a reason. Every one of us who owns a business, which I do now, is up against a national chain.
Yep.
But Small Business Saturday can be a thing, and it's harder to do when you don't have a cover, but she figured it out. And we opened up a pop-up during her Small Business Saturday. It was amazing. We had stuff for kids, not just what we did. We were one tiny part of what she did for our downtown. And there were people walking up and down the downtown streets in November.
Yeah.
In November it was
Wow.
cold. So it just starts with an idea. I mean, and you might have to be a little crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy.
I feel like the two of us together
yeah,
are
we're-
very
we're
dangerous.
definitely crazy,
But
but-
just get one crazy person.
And we have like the businesses that's the other thing. They've all been just
Yeah.
Well, and you got to.
Amazing.
You've done so much already. You've got a track record that if you two come to them and go, "Hey, we have an idea," they're probably like, "I'm in." Like, you don't have to talk me into it or whatnot.
Right.
When is it? I'm gonna put it on my calendar. Right now, I'm gonna block everything else. Out.
Right, we'll send them all to you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just, but because I tell my sales team this, and it applies to every single person. If you're passionate about what you do, if you care about what you do, it shows in what you do. And that's the
Yeah.
bottom line. And she does, and we just follow what she says because she's bossy.
There.
So going back to something about the fair, I come from a county where we care a lot about our fair too.
Yeah.
So when is the fair, and what are you guys doing for that?
Oh, good question. So we're actually. Carol and I are doing the parade. It's the first time ever we're doing the Washington County Fair parade.
so excited.
Carol's going to MC it. We're going to organize it. It's going to be fantastic. And that's on Sunday, August 13th.
Yep.
Is that the 13th?
Yep. The
Okay.
parade's the 13th. It kicks off the fair, and the fair runs through the 20th, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's the 225th, which
Yep.
makes it the oldest fair in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
So apparently it has something to do with talking about animals that her accent comes back out.
I mean, that's my farmers.
Did you notice the
My
correlation?
farmers
Yeah, I heard
come
it.
out.
Did you notice that correlation between the accent and the farm animals?
Yeah.
Well, you made
And
fun
the
of me
fair,
for something the other day.
I
Where
make
was that?
fun of you
when
for
I
everything.
Whenever I said ramp and Scranton.
She just said ramp,
Scranton. I had to go
ramp
to
and Scranton. Ramp and Scranton. What happened?
Oh,
He's checking.
Uh-oh.
you broke the camera.
I probably did. I didn't even know it was on me.
Well, you guys are on that one. So.
Oh, all right.
Oh shoot! You've been getting the bad side of my
Yeah.
face this whole
Oh, no.
time. Oh no!
Oh, my God, I'm
that's
not-
illegal.
All right. I knocked over the microphone. I got to go change the MC.
Oh, no.
I have to
Yeah,
switch to
I gotta
MC.
get back to the info.
How long do
station.
these normally last? Not this long, right?
Last as long as we want them to.
Oh,
That
man.
means that we've been talking a lot.
No. We love this. No, definitely. Sometimes you get people on here and it's like.
Oh,
pulling teeth
no. I
get
wanted to
talked
interview you.
Yeah.
No.
Next time I'll interview
go.
you guys.
Alrighty, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the 2023 Whiskey Rebellion Fest. Josh, as always, thank you for helping us with everything you do, but also thanks
happy to
for
help.
filling in for Zach and actually getting to ask. I mean, you asked some questions last year for a couple different people, but thanks
Yeah.
for sitting down and being my co-star today.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
really appreciate it.
You definitely ran the show. For
What's
sure.
that?
So you definitely ran the show, for sure.
I don't know. There was a couple of times I was just like, you were going on a roll. And I'm like, I'm
Okay,
just going to let you go.
Just Patrick, but yeah. And I had, it was like my curiosity's peak. I'm going to ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
But chain of thought, yeah. So, other than the amazing fact that we didn't have to deal with the bands in the background, how did you think this year went? Now it's your second year.
Yeah,
coming
second
with
year
us.
being here. I mean, it's good. I mean, I didn't get to hear a whole lot. I mean, obviously, when we do this, we do a lot of focus on this, so I didn't get to hear a lot from my wife and how things went and how
yes.
everyone's enjoying the rest of it. But I mean, obviously, a lot of it's the same stuff that they had last year, and so, like Shanna said, there's so many things going on that people want to see them all, and that's fine because then people want to come back next year. Like, oh, I missed this last year. I want to go do that.
Go again.
So
Yeah.
it draws people back again. So the fact that it's nice to see. A small town. I say small town, this is the county seat of Washington
Yeah.
County.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a small town. It's not, but it's still a smaller community getting together and making a big event that a lot of people want to come to. So I
like I said, I mean, other than the audio factor of this was just, I didn't have to scream and yell and force people to put these earbuds in so they could hear
Right,
each other
right.
talk. And I'm sure on the back end it's going to be beautiful. But I did like our new spot, just in general. It wasn't as crowded as it was up
Sure.
there.
Yep.
But we still got a lot of foot traffic. As we were talking, I saw people like taking pictures, taking
Yep.
cards and everything. And so we still got enough people like walking by the booth, learning about it. I saw T answering some questions from people.
and I think that we're going to you guys are going to learn, and as I help, we're going to learn stuff from this one to improve on next
yeah.
one and everything. And but I think the main thing for this is highlighting how great of an event this is for people to come down and
For sure.
and enjoy.
It's actually, honestly, that's actually been a night. So we've been so enthralled in the crowd up there that it always, we saw how many people were here, but like, I mean, you were facing that way too. You're not. I mean,
Yeah.
I know they're doing the tar and feathering right now, but like to see the amount of people that are here,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like really see them and not like in the midst of it, but just
Right,
seeing
seeing
them.
it.
It's just really cool of how popular, and credit to everyone that's been running it. And a big thank you to everyone, to Tracy, everybody who has thought of us and asked us to come back this year and has accommodated us with a new location
Right.
and everything. I mean, we just
Letting us run a cord out from the meeting
Yes,
house
yeah.
out to here.
Everyone's so generous, and I think that's why we just really love coming
Yeah.
back here. And I'm already looking forward to next year. Zach has already blocked it off his calendar, so
Good.
he's not allowed to put anything else on.
Second week in July. Second weekend in July.
Yes,
every time.
every time.
So if you missed it this year, second weekend in July 2024, you'll be in Washington, Pennsylvania, for the Whiskey Rebellion Festival.
You say that like he's going to listen and or watch this.
Oh, I'm not talking to Zach. I'm talking to everyone else.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
All right.
else. You didn't make it this year. 2024, second weekend in July. Be here. Come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi. Yeah.
Because it's a good event. There's whiskey to be had, and especially since the one disappointment for this year, it can't be avoided. Liverpool isn't open,
Which probably is better for our wallets and to get back in time.
right? But the good thing is, for next year, they will be open.
Yes.
And so I can guarantee you, half the people who are going to be here at the end of the day are going to be going up to Liverpool.
Yep.
Which 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away, most.
10-minute drive away. Yeah.
And we're just going to be celebrating out there at their new distillery, which is
when this comes out, will have opened.
Oh yeah,
already.
they're open by the time. Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
by the time this gets out there, you'll hear this.
New spot's already open. Yeah.
Go see it. It's great. Go watch this somewhere. Somewhere in the end screens. There's going to be a little clip saying, "Hey, go watch the podcast episode."
Yeah.
Of the interview with them about
Yeah.
it.
Pumped.
By this point, though, if I'm honest, I just really want to drink.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I know. Anyway, all right. Any other final thoughts on this year?
Doesn't have to go in the final video, but it'd be. I would really. We talked about the blending thing that you guys did last
Yes.
year, or the first time that you guys were here. I know so many other places that do that, and I would really like to see that come back again.
So I think when they originally did it, and I was talking with Tripp about it. This is a guy who used to run it before Tracy did. It's something they couldn't really do it every year because it would kind of stale out after that. So I think they're possibly reserving that for like anniversary years.
Okay, big years.
So maybe the 15th, the 20th.
Maybe every 5 or
every 5 or every 10. I know they want to do it, and they want to do it with, other than Liberty Pole, possibly different, like another group of 7.
Okay.
Distilleries, just so that,
or even just doing like, since it's Washington, Pennsylvania, only doing Washington distilleries.
Yeah, I mean, back then it was only Liberty Pole and Red Pump in Washington. So who knows? Next time they do it, who knows who's going to be here?
Yeah, or even not Washington, but like southwestern, Allegheny County, Westmoreland,
West Overton wasn't running there still back then. Yeah, so
exactly. So there's plenty of stuff around here now that you could really. But I think that's one of the things that can really bring the whiskey community together is these really cool, unique offerings. And you can hear the in the background the tar and feathering.
I don't think they're at that point yet.
Okay, good. But I think that's something that people get really excited about. Is seeing this. I think in Texas they call it the Alliance series, where they do a kind of blend like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so they'll do a special small bottle release.
Yep. Yeah. And this one was at $375.
Right.
Yep.
And then the proceeds benefit whatever the thing is that they're doing for. So.
Yeah, I think it fit into one 53-gallon barrel used barrel from Dad's house.
Okay.
Is what they blended in the vat and then it went into the yeah.
Which is perfect. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right. Well, again, Josh, thank you for coming. Tomas, thank you for helping again.
Thank you.
And I guess the only other thing to say, Josh, cheers to you, sir.
John, cheers to you.
I'm Patrick Bochy, Co-Executive Director of West Overton Village, and cheers to Yins.
Mike Robinson, President-elect of the Bradford House Historical Association. Cheers to Yins.
Denise Cummins, President of the Bradford House Historical Association. Cheers to Yins.
My name is Dave Buttinger. I'm a docent with the Bradford House Historical Association in Washington, Pennsylvania. And cheers to Yins.
This is Rachel Holcroft. Cheers to Yins. And to the rebellion.
This is Alexander Hamilton. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Cheers to the Yins.
So I am Shana Brown. I am the Director of the Washington Business District Authority, and cheers to Yins.
My name is Carol D'Angelo. I'm the Director of Advertising and Events for the Observer Reporter, and cheers to Yins.